Now, when we talk about knowledge, talking about something that Cam Newton said, and, Cam Newton, of course, beast on the football field when he was at Auburn, when he was in Carolina, but now a beast in the podcasting space, beast about to be more so on TV, and has some takes that get people talking. And this one did when he was talking about his relationships, right?
I want to
Names,
know. I needed
addresses.
to know. I have
Oh
to
my
know.
God.
And I'm going to tell you why, though. I want to know because before I sit up here and really keep moving and elevating our relationship, I want to know who got one up on me.
Mm.
Do you really want to know everybody the person you're seeing now
Yeah.
is has dated?
No, but I agree with Cam
Oh,
because later on he talks about it's not about knowing the list of everybody she's been with. It's who
right.
have you been with that's in my circle that I know that I'm potentially going to run into somewhere.
Hold up, because you said in my circle. Now my circle is not that big. So is it my friend group circle, my professional circle, which will be a little bigger, or my social circle with the outsides that's where the
Yeah.
circumference is a little bigger?
All of it. So my I need my social circle because there's some random people I might know that I'm not close with. But I think
Hmm.
if I know that you smashed with him, I don't want to hook up with you because I know him.
Hmm.
If it's any of my friends, definitely not because my friends are going to be at the wedding, and I don't want to be up there saying I do, and my friends like I did too. Nope, can't have that happen. And then if it's a coworker, if I tell you where I work, I need you to be like, oh, well, do you know so and so? Yeah, yeah, we've been partners on a lot of stuff. He's great. Hey, so by the way, we
Right.
dated 2 years ago. You need to tell me.
Okay. So is there a reason not to tell? Because men, as strong as we pretend to be, and I
Yeah.
say pretend to be, is because we can be fragile creatures, right?
Hmm.
The ego is only 3 letters, but it's huge, right?
Yeah.
And that can be a problem. Does that stop you when you know that, oh, she's been with somebody I know?
It's not about ego. I just want to know because what I don't want is you don't tell me.
Mm.
And we fall in love. We're talking 2 or 3 years. We get married. And then 3 or 4 years in, I find out that you and one of my close friends who was at the wedding, y'all had hooked up before, but none of y'all told me about it.
Mm.
That would bother me. And that's and I give women the same courtesy. So if I'm dating somebody
Yeah.
and if I have, we're gonna go somewhere and I run into somebody and like, oh, that's so and so, I have a code, squeeze the hand, little couple squeezes.
Mm.
Hey, babe, squeeze, squeeze. This is so and so. That way she knows, hey, this is somebody that Terrell knows in the biblical sense. So
you
just
oh you got that baseball.
I do. I got signs. I got codes. That way you just know. Because I feel like it's disrespectful.
Yeah.
And I have a story that happened to me. And this is why it really bothers me.
Pray do tell.
I was dating this girl and she was a bartender. And so her bartender friend circle, certain bars they would go to. So every time I was out with her, I always met people.
Yeah.
And one time I'm out and I meet this guy, and this guy's just being really cool with me. And I'm
Mm.
just like, cool. And all her friends have been pretty cool.
But
And he says, hey, are you going to go to the New Year's Eve party that so and so's having? I'm like, yeah, I think we're both going to be going there. He goes, great, man. What do you drink? I'll get a bottle for you. I'm like, for me? Sure. And back then I was drinking Crown, right? And so he said he was going to give me a bottle of Crown. I didn't think anything of it. I thought it was just bar talk. Show up to this party a week later, and he's there in the living room. He's like, Terrell, what's up, man? Hey, come here. I got you. Brings me to the kitchen, up on the cabinet, second shelf, pulls this bottle of Crown.
mm.
And I was like, wow, this dude is really nice, right? And I find out 2 or 3 weeks after that guy used to be her friend with benefits.
Mm.
And I'm just like, wait a minute. So not only you didn't tell me, he
Yeah.
didn't tell me, but now I look like a fool in front of all your friends because everybody there knew
Right.
that you used to sleep with this dude, and here I am hugged up drinking Crown with the guy like he's awesome. No.
you're talking about in this space, but that also goes to going back home with somebody,
Yeah.
right? Because you go home with somebody and you don't know anything about their past. Now they may not have told you about this, so they may have mentioned somebody, oh yeah, my ex from so and so, but you don't know all the details, and you can run into that. And it's a one-upmanship that he just put on you, made to
Yeah.
your point, can make you look crazy because watch, I make this this dude don't know. I've been smashing his girl before too. Matter of fact, I still am. He just don't know. And these are the things, right? So I get that
Yeah.
part. I think my situation was slightly different in the sense that, and this is where you appreciate people who do this, right? And to
Hmm.
your point, you have to let it be known, even if the conversation has been had about that person before. You never know when you're going to run into that person, and if it happens unexpectedly, you got the code of squeezing the hand. I remember walking into a spot and I was dating this girl. We just started dating, right? And as we're walking in, I see one of my boys. This hey, my homie, man. I'm like, what's up? And uh about to walk up and introduce him to her.
Hmm.
She recognized that, steps
Hmm.
in front of me and speaks to and says something to him first. So immediately I go, oh, they know each other.
Hmm.
And as soon as we walk off, she goes, remember so and so? Yeah, that's who it is. I'm like, oh, I've heard the story before from the other side.
Inquiring minds want to know,
Yeah.
was that the deal breaker? Is that why y'all didn't?
No, that wasn't the deal breaker. You know what? Because again, now had she let me go through and introduce her to
Uh,
him,
yeah.
and I may have, I was young then, so I may have still been in my feelings about, man, I almost introduced you to him. But in retrospect, what she did in that moment is
Yeah.
something that you got to give that person the respect. To your point, if she had squeezed your hand twice, you would have known, oh, this guy's trying to play me for the fool. So I get
Yeah.
it. So
Yeah.
he's to your point, what he said is not wrong. It's just the way it can be interpreted, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Be-
Yeah. I totally get it, but I definitely agree with where he's going with this. It doesn't, and I think he clarified it. It's not so much everybody she's been with.
Right.
It's just who that's in my circle. I
Mm.
need to know that. Was it someone on the defense? Was it the kicker? Was it someone on our team? Was it a coach? Was it a trainer? Like, I just need to know.
Right. Now, how much detail do you need to know?
Oh, I don't need to know the ins and outs, literally. I don't need to know. I don't need to know all that. I just want to know who. That way I know that if I see this dude, that okay, I get it. They used to, and it's not an issue. Yeah, y'all talked 5 years ago. It's no big deal, but at least
Mm.
I know.
Okay. So in football terms, who was on the team, not which plays we ran.
Right. I don't need to know. I don't need the play by play of every touchdown and the yardage and how long it took and what was the drive like. How many plays did it take to make to
how
get you
many
there?
how many flea flickers, trick
Yeah.
plays?
Don't need to know any of that. Did you have a couple field goals? Did you get a safety? Did you get a safety? Like I don't need to know all that. I just need to know who in my circle that you've dated or been with. And that's it. If there's no one in my circle, great. But if they are, depending on who it is,
Right.
I one of my line brothers, man. I met this girl and I saw that they were connected on social media. And I was like, hey man, do you know I met this girl on this app? And he was like, oh yeah. So real talk, we dated for a bit. Da-da-da-da. And I was like, okay, cool. And I had to let her know, hey, so I know that you know so and so and y'all used to date. I can't. I just
Right.
can't do that.
So it is a deal breaker.
Depends on who it is. Depends
Okay.
who this is my line brother. This is my LB. This is the guy who would be if I get married, he's gonna be there. I am not gonna stand in my wedding and have someone else standing in it or in the building that has slept with my wife.
So therefore, that's a very strong statement. That means you also wouldn't have if she had an ex that she's just friends with and they haven't messed around for 10, 15, even 20 years. That person can't come to the wedding either?
10, 15, 20 years, maybe. I mean, I'm 50, so when she was in her 20s, and now that she's 50, it all depends
Mm.
on the scenario. But I can tell you what's not going to happen. There's not going to be one. there's not going to be one woman at my wedding
Yeah.
that she's going to have to worry about.
Right, because you're not friends with any of them?
No, I am friends. I am friends with some of them,
Yeah.
but it just depends. Like
Mhm.
she would have had to already met that person and been cool with that person,
Right.
and then this person could come to the wedding. But I'm not
Right.
just going to have somebody at the wedding that she didn't know that
Mm.
I had a connection with. I
Right.
would want her to be okay with it. And so depending on her relationship with this dude, if it's 20, 30 years ago, if I've never heard of the dude
Mhm.
until at the wedding when he comes by, hey, congratulations. I'm like, oh, who's that? Oh, well, that's so and so. We no, I'd be mad.
Who's that that brought in that big ass box?
Yeah.
But okay, so the moral of the story is communication is key, and not
Yes.
just communication, but clear
Yeah.
communication is key.
Yes.
Okay,
Definitely.
let it be known respectfully.
Yeah. Respectfully.